August 16th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Here.
Trustee Richley?
Here.
Clerk Matei here. Supervisor Roush?
Here. Join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moving into the approval of the agenda, is there any additions or deletions to the agenda as presented? I have one, new business 10. Want to add Township Hall lighting quotes.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda with that addition.
Support.
And we have a motion with support to approve the agenda with adding new business 10. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Agenda carries. Approval of the minutes. They're in your packets. If there's no questions about the minutes, a motion to approve would be in order.
So moved.
Support.
All right, we have a motion with support to approve the minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. We have no presentations, guest speakers, or public comment tonight, so we'll move into the approval of the consent agenda. If there's no questions, a motion to approve would be in order.
So move.
Support.
And we have a motion with support to accept the consent agenda. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, motion carries to approve the consent agenda. No disbursements tonight, no old business, so we're going to crank right into new business. So new business 1, the cross-connection agreements. So we have Mr. Loper and Mr. Pal Patterson here to speak on this.
Board members, I just wanted to be here today in case you had any questions about the two proposals that are submitted in your board packet. I did provide a little background in my request for action. And so, other than what I've supplied, if you have any questions, that's why I would be here tonight to speak as to the services that HydroCorp has provided up to this point. And then Paul is here to answer any questions that you may have regarding, their history and their experience in working with the township. So, any questions?
It says that we've updated the local ordinance in 2019, but has this been going on since 78, or is this a newer?
We've been in contract with HydroCorp, I believe, since at least 2004.
Okay.
And the commercial side is the one that has been focused on historically in East China Township, but the Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy has shifted their focus not away from the commercial side, but broadened it to incorporate both the residential and the commercial. So we're really looking for those hazards that our water infrastructure could be contaminated from either the residential side or the commercial.
So it's nothing new, so all this is budgeted for every year?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, there is always the opportunity to look at how it's budgeted for and where those funds come from. Either it's going to be something that the township is going to absorb through its general fund, or at some point can look at funding through their rate structure. But those are things that the board would look at as it moves forward.
All right. I trust you. So if you say that that's what we should do, and we need to do, then I'll make a motion to approve both action items. One, for the 2-year contract renewal program, not to exceed $25,920 for the residential CCC program, paid monthly installments of $1,080, as well as the 2-year contract renewal proposal from HydroCorp not to exceed $6,360 to manage the commercial and industrial program, paid monthly installments of $265.
Support.
So we have a motion and a support. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right. Congratulations on your contract extension. All right. New
Thank you.
yes. New business two, the fun one. The water and sewer rates. So we spent a lot of hours with a committee, rate committee, trying to review the rates, looking at historical data, looking at the Waterworks program, plugging in basically how soon it's going to be before we go broke. Because there hasn't really been any good, any consistent raises in the rates over the last 10 years. So what the rate committee, not decided, but came up with as a recommendation is what we have here attached. So I'll start by saying that the 2021 increase was actually already approved by the previous board. So those were numbers that we didn't come up with. We had the opportunity to review them, and we don't think that there should be a change with those numbers. We do also think that 22, 23, there should be a 5% increase, and then 2024, a 2.5% increase. The goal would be to increase these numbers over the next couple of years, and then from there, just get into an annual cost of living increase. But that would be something for the next board, next elected board to decide.
If these were already approved, do they have to be?
Just the 2021 were approved.
Right.
I guess we probably could have left them off here, but I just wanted to make it, because they actually haven't been in effect yet.
Okay.
So I think somebody mentioned it was a good idea for us to reapprove them, since it's our board that's going to be in effect when the rates go into effect.
Mm-hmm. Do you want me to read the resolution, or?
Oh, yeah, there's a resolution there. Sure.
Okay, the resolution 12-2021 adopt water and sewer rates, whereas the Township Board of Trustees is authorized by statute and by the provisions of the East China Township Code of Ordinances, Chapter 453-14 and Chapter 453-15, Section A, which indicates that a water and sewer rate shall be set by resolution of the Township Board of Trustees. Whereas the cost of repairs, operation, and maintenance of the East China Township water distribution system are anticipated to increase, and these rates would move toward making both water and sewer services self-supporting systems. And whereas the proposed increases have been provided upon the recommendation of the Rate Review Committee, and whereas the Township Board of Trustees finds the amended proposed schedule of rates is reasonable and necessary, and these rates will become effective on October 1st, 2021, with an annual review required. Now therefore be it resolved that the East China Township Board of Trustees affirms that the following rate increases will be adopted as shown below and on the attached Schedule A. Water rates increased 2021 are 8.7%, 2022 are 5%, 2023 are 5%, 2024 is 2.5% increase. Sewer rates 2021 will increase to 12%, 2022 5%, 2023 5%, 2024 2.5%. And I move for adoption of this resolution.
I will support. Excuse me. So we have a motion and a support to adopt Resolution 12-2021. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion passes to adopt the resolution. All right, moving into new business 3, postage meter leases. So, Township got a couple quotes on this, Pitney Bowes and Neopost. Like it says, based on the needs of the township and the pricing, the best choice is Neopost machine from Quadient. I don't know much about these, so I'm gonna assume that Cindy does, and she recommends the Neopost. So,
Actually, I don't. I know that I had staff do that work because, to investigate what they wanted to use, because that's what they used.
Gotcha.
Came up with.
I'll make a motion that we begin a postage meter lease agreement with Neopost at $147.08 monthly.
Support.
All right, we have a motion and a support to approve the 60-month lease for Neopost machine for $147.08 monthly rate. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei? Yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. Moving to new business 4. So new business 4 is some paper shredding, some unnecessary files and papers that we've been compiling. Got to the point where it justifies having a, excuse me, having a document shredding service on site here. Again, we got a couple different quotes. Electrocycle seems to be the best deal. I don't know that we even have really enough to really meet the minimum, so it would be an opportunity if there's anything that you guys have to get rid of, to sneak in there. Based on that, I guess the motion would be to approve Electrocycle.
And that's on site shredding,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, and I have to correct the date there. We originally gone with one company that would have been tomorrow, but the actual date would be the 26th.
Yeah, it says that in the action item. It's just,
Oh, on top it's wrong.
yeah, on top it's wrong here.
Got it.
Okay. I'll make that a motion that we go with Electrocycle.
I'll support.
All right, we have a motion, we have support to approve township document shredding with Electrocycle at a cost based on $70 minimum for 2 95-gallon totes, plus $30 for any additional 95-gallon tote. Scheduled date is August 26, 2021. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. New business 5. So basically is, we have to have a federal procurement conflict of interest policy in place to receive ARPA funds. So this is just a, so what would the word be? A necessary document that we have on file,
In place.
in place, yeah,
Do you want me to read the resolution?
sure.
Okay, Resolution 15-2021, Federal Procurement Conflict of Interest Policy. Whereas the Charter Township of East China is required to establish conflicts of interest guidelines that meet or exceed the requirements under state law and local policy when procuring goods, apparatus, supplies, materials, and equipment, services, and construction or repair projects paid for in part or whole by federal funds and required under 2 CFR 200.318. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Charter Township of East China hereby adopts the attached Federal Procurement Conflict of Interest Policy. I'll move for that adoption.
Support.
All right, we have a motion, we have support to approve the federal procurement policy as presented. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. New business 6. This one's going to be more of a discussion for tonight, but the fire and emergency reimbursement ordinance review. So a part of it is the fact that there's, in our ordinance, anytime fire rescue is sent out, the third time the resident receives a charge. We haven't really been billing it. We've been periodically billing it. Most of the repeat offenders are apartment buildings. They have nothing to go to them and hold them to. So it ends up in court, and I think we collect 30% maybe. So I guess the discussion is just, do we want to continue with this ordinance? Do we want to amend it?
I would suggest that we keep it in place at this time and maybe watch, observe or review over the next year or two. I know in the past, I used to bill it out quarterly, and we did have probably, I'd say, between 4,000 and 5,000 maybe a year. And some were commercial users, where other steps could have been taken to avoid those expenses, but they chose to use the emergency services as assistance. So I think in those cases, it's a good way for us to recoup those costs. There are those circumstances where there are repeat users of an abundant manner in which we have no way really to recoup those funds, but we wouldn't anyway. So I would think to at least have the possibility of collecting 4 or 5, maybe 6,000 a year back. I mean, it's a task. It does take time to track it all. You know, you have to track the monthly reports and everything, but in the end, I would like to see us keep it and amend our ordinance with these 2 Section A's. Apparently were never adopted as part of the original ordinance. It was kind of an afterthought and some things that came up later on after we originally, adopted it. So that would be my thought on that.
How much does it cost us to go, if we have to go to court, does it?
We've never gone to
recoup
court.
enough?
The
Okay.
board, this was years ago when we first started doing it, and I had asked the board, what do you want us to do with, to go after the people or, and basically, we, in good faith, billed everyone, and then the people that really couldn't afford to bill it or pay those, it was basically written off at the end of the year. So,
But on average, we recovered enough to pay the staff to do the billing and everything else.
well, the staff was already here 8 hours a day, so it's part of the day. Just another thing that we fit in, but
So to adopt these, we'd have to write a resolution for the next meeting, adding these items in.
actually, I think we'd have to do an ordinance amendment to that chapter 245,
Okay.
adding the 2 sections A.
Really nothing we could do tonight, though. So
No,
this is just conversation piece.
right.
Any further discussion on this?
I have a quick question. So as these are written, that's how you would like it presented to the attorney for review?
Yes. Because we'd just be changing or adding the 245-2A, and then the 245-9A.
Okay, we will move on that during the next, one of the next meetings here. Do we need a vote to table that?
I guess it wouldn't be tabled. We could make a motion for it to proceed further to write up the amendments for the ordinance. I'll make that a motion.
I'll support.
All right, so we have a motion and a support to write up the documents to alter the ordinance.
Adding the 2 sections.
Yeah, adding the 2 Section A's on the fire and emergency reimbursement ordinance. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? That motion carries. Okay, new business 7, NSF fees, so non-sufficient funds. Looks like North Star, this is Nicole's, but she's out, so I'm going to do my best here. But it seems pretty cut and dry. North Star is charging the township a fee of $36 to $50, depending on if the item gets redeposited. Is the treasurer's opinion that we adopt or amend to a $55 fee, non-sufficient fund service fee. So I will, I'll read this one for you. Whereas the Charter Township of East China Treasurer's Office processes many types of payments for invoices each day, such as water, sewer, taxes, rental reservations, etc. These payments come in many forms, such as personal checks, e-checks, ACH-type payments, that are the subject of an approval process at the bank. Whereas a dishonored payment, regardless for the reason of return, is subject to a service fee charged against the township's bank account. Each item returned is subject to its own service fee. Whereas in the case of a returned item from the bank, a $55 non-sufficient fee service fee will be imposed on the offending person's account for water and/or sewer billing, or a separate invoice will be sent for other invoice types. Payment for these fees will be due in 30 days from date of the occurrence, or incur additional penalties for each month of non-payment. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees does hereby approve the Treasurer's Office to impose the $55 non-sufficient fund service fee in order to recoup the service fees for all returned items from the bank. This resolution shall supersede any previous township resolution regarding non-sufficient fund fees. And I will make that motion to approve.
Support.
So I have a motion, we have support to accept Resolution 14, 2021. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. New business 8, another one for the treasurer here. The delinquent water and sewer balances rolled over in the winter tax roll. Basically looking to request more permanent decision in the form of this resolution allows for this process to be rolled into the winter tax roll, including a 10% delinquent penalty charge, to be added to the unpaid balances to help defray the costs incurred, such as postage, envelopes, letterheads, and the extra time.
Would you like?
I can read this one too. Whereas the Charter Township of East China offers municipal water and sanitary sewer services to its residents and is subject to MLC 123.161-167, State of Michigan statute that allows the authority of a municipality to impose a lien against property for any unpaid water or sewer bills. Whereas all water and/or sewer bills shall be payable on or before the due date designated on the invoice, with the penalty being added to any unpaid current charges not paid on or before that due date. Whereas a delinquent penalty charge equal to 10% shall be added to any unpaid balances before rolling them over to the winter property tax roll for each associated account. Now therefore be it resolved that the Board of Trustees does hereby approve the utility billing clerk to apply the delinquent penalty charge of 10% and to roll over any unpaid water or sewer balances in November to the winter property tax roll each year. I'll make that a motion.
Support.
All right, so we have a motion and a support to adopt Resolution 13-2021. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. All right, next one's a good one. The new business 9. So we're looking to promote a employee 38 to be moved from a DPW operator level 1 to a DPW operator level 2. Demonstrated that he can meet the job requirements specified in the DPW operator level 2 job description, continues to be an asset to the township.
I'll make that a motion.
Support.
All right, we have a motion of support to approve the pay scale increase from level 1 to operator level 2 as provided in the collect CBA effective the first day of the next pay period. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, we probably roll call.
Yep.
It's a money one.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. Congratulations to employee 38.
Sounds like a robot.
Yes. Johnny 5. All right, new business 10. This is the one added. I put some paperwork on there. Basically, we received 2 quotes. I brought this one up a month or so ago, but as the time for the generator gets closer and lead time for everything else gets longer, I got another quote here from a local contractor, Brenner. They're very apples to apples. I looked at the cut sheets on both lights, both customer specs. As it says here, Osterman's price is lower because they'll be already mobilized here to do the generator install. So we're looking to get this approved for Rich Osterman at the $2,000 cheaper price so that we can get the lights ordered and get them installed while they're on site, so we can get that price while they're already on site. Again, we do have this money in a budget. We have the generator budget, which is about $20,000 under budget currently. So it's a good opportunity to get this done and then start looking into the future for the next year, 2-3 years to bring the office back up to modern times before it gets too far.
Mhm.
So,
I'll make that a motion. for Rich Osterman Electric to complete the necessary upgrades at the Township Hall for $11,490.
I support.
All right, so we have a motion and a support to approve Rich Osterman Electric to do the office lighting upgrade in the amount of $11,490. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Clerk Matei, yes. Supervisor Roush?
Yes. All right, motion carries. All right, brings us into announcements. Looks like the landscaping project is underway. It's looking different. Should be completed here shortly. He said paint starting in 3 weeks, the cupolas. So maybe while he's here, we can get him to give us a budget idea for next year's budget on the wallpaper.
Good idea.
Other than that, I don't think I have any other announcements. So what are member comments? Start with Alan.
So, I just wanted to mention that I thought it was a good, town hall meeting that they had for the, DTE thing, the redevelopment property, so far, so good, I think.
Yeah, it was very well put together by the team there. So, thank you. Trustee Babel,
I'm all set.
Clerk Matei,
Thank you.
and I have nothing. So that being said, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:57
So moved.
Support.
and supported. So we have a motion of support to close the meeting at 7:57. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Meeting adjourned.